everybody is deserving of knowledge, and it should not be behind a paywall, okay? So for certain activations and things, yes, those cost money, right? Because that's me spending a lot of my time. But one thing I haven't been doing is distance Reiki or Reiki. I haven't been practicing in that sense. So that's why I feel like I especially just want to give you the knowledge and the information. And I'm doing it for free. You understand? So this isn't my main focus or my main priority. It's just kind of energy healing is kind of just embedded in everything I do now. So I just want to talk to you about it. All right. So one moment. How did Reiki start? Well, it was channeled by Yusui. I don't exactly know how to pronounce that. It's Japanese. Okay. He was born August 15th, which is the day after my birthday, August 14th, Leo Gang, in 1865. He discovered Reiki in 1922 during a 21-day practice in which he climbed Mount Karamayama with no food. After 3 weeks of intense discipline, the wisdom of Reiki Ryoho was given to him as he felt enlightenment. So this tradition is basically based on a man who went on a kind of journey and received the wisdom of the Reiki symbols. Now, since I'm me and this is free, I'm going to just input a little bit of my own personal wisdom in here. This reminds me of the story of Odin hanging from the tree. Now, I don't know if you know much about Norse paganism, heathenry, Odinism, but Odin, the Allfather, he sacrificed his eye to the Norns to receive wisdom. All right, so what he did was sacrifice his eye, and then he hung himself from a tree upside down, and he hung there until he received the runes, the wisdom, the knowledge of the runes, these symbols that had meanings. He received that wisdom through this kind of process of suffering, if you will. It reminds me of this. Take that as you will, okay? I'm here to give you information and knowledge. What you do with that is up to you, okay? You didn't pay for this, right? All right. So hopefully you've read the rest of that. It's interesting. It's very fascinating stuff. Much respect. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So after his death, Reiki became less about the enlightenment and more about the healing itself and these symbols that were passed down. So it was brought by one of his students, Takata, to like throughout the world and especially to the Western world. As you can see here, you can clearly see where my mind was when I was creating this course as well. There is no reason to spend $10,000 on this training, especially online. Now, if you're going to an actual place and you're learning and you're hands-on, that is so awesome. I love that. I love that. And I really hope a lot of you who are dedicated to Reiki actually choose to do that and to invest in that. Yeah, the original students took Reiki much more seriously than many Westerners do. I think a lot of people just are like, yes, I love energy healing. Of course, I want to be certified in that. I think that's a lot of what we do, especially with online courses these days. We'll take like 50 of them, and we are certified in all of them, not really qualified for many. Personal opinion. I'm a large believer that this modality of healing should be respected and practiced with care and self-reflection. Yes, even though I don't do it necessarily in the traditional way anymore, it is a tradition, and all tradition should be respected. You know what I mean? All right, so I want to bring this information to you with the most efficiency, quality, and care. So I made this course, and I won't make you pay $10,000, right? Awesome. So let's actually get into the basics of Reiki. So that was some of the history. Let's talk about Reiki. So Reiki is another name for life force energy. It's a modality of healing that uses the practitioner as a channel for life force energy. So the practitioner will be attuned to the energy of Reiki and thusly will be able to direct the flow of Reiki energy into themselves or another person. The energy is usually directed through the practitioner's hands, which is where the term lay on hands came from in reference to energy healing. So life force energy travels through the crown chakra of the practitioner through their body and is funneled through their palms. The energy is absorbed by the body of the one being healed and flows where it is needed as long as the one being healed does not resist the flow. All right, so we are just conduits and channels. We are not. So that's step one. Life force energy is abundant. We are asking to be channels and conduits for this life force energy in order to heal. So it is not that we are super just powerful in ourselves and we were born to be just so powerful. Now, some of us are, yeah, we all are, but we are not the healers. We are the channels for healing. This is just a vehicle. This is just a vessel, okay? You are not a magical healer in comparison to everybody around you. Maybe, but that is your capacity. That is not the fact that you are better than people. Okay? Let's just clarify that for you. So, how to begin using Reiki? Any blockages within the body and energy centers of the practitioner can cause the life force energy to not flow efficiently, can make channeling the energy not as effective, right? Because we're channels. We need to be clear channels for energy. So this is why Reiki 1 is focused on healing the self, which is what I mostly use Reiki for now, or I embed it in things to really catalyze and activate other people's energy. So we must start by balancing our own energy, removing any blockages that might be in the way of our own healing first, okay? So blockages and past experiences or emotions get stuck in our bodies, clogging up our energetic system, which we're going to talk about later. We're going to talk about our energetic system later. This is just the very basics before we get into section 2, right? All right. So the blessing of Reiki healing is that life force energy is abundant, as I said before, and it's all around us. And we don't have to use our own energy or drain ourselves of our energy to heal, okay? So we're able to use Reiki to realign ourselves as practitioners in order to use Reiki more efficiently and powerfully. What an abundant and powerful energy. Again, this is why it needs to be open source. You need to understand this energy is always present. It is always available as a resource, okay? So, sorry for coughing throughout all this. Sheesh. All right. The 5 principles of Reiki. These are gratitude, happiness, peace, integrity, and compassion. So, the traditional ones, they go like this. Just for today, I am grateful. Just for today, I am happy. Just for today, I am at peace. Just for today, I work honestly. And just for today, I respect and am kind to all life. So these are the 5 core principles of Reiki, or the Reiki precepts. All right, so now we're going to go into section 2, which is more about the energetic systems of a human being. I haven't looked at this in a second, so I can't remember the order of it, but let's just get into it, right? The energetic system of a human being. So the energetic system of the human being is made up of meridians, which act kind of as an artery for our energy to flow, and energy wheels or portals or vertexes, whatever you want to call them, the chakras, right? Each meridian and chakra is connected to different parts of our body and different organs. Chakras can spin too slowly, which means they're underactive, or they can spin too quickly, which means they're overactive, which doesn't allow energy to flow through them efficiently, right? Kind of like a shutter on a camera. You know, if it's like closed, it doesn't let the light come in. If it's like too open, like it could be too much light. You never know, right? Okay. Often you hear about chakras being blocked or too open. It's not quite how it works, but it gives a helpful visual. Imagine the energy like air moving through blades of a fan. That too. Too little movement of the blades prevents the moving of air. Too much movement of the blades and the blast of air is too strong. Both are inefficient at creating effective airflow, right? So the 7 chakras. So from the base, we got the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. So the feminine chakras are more about spiritual kind of communication, intuition, self-reflection, that kind of stuff. And that is the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra, the top 3, right? And then the masculine chakras are about the material world, our sense of security, being grounded in action. And that is the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra. Now, the feminine and masculine energy is balanced in the heart chakra, which you see here. So higher ones are more feminine energy, masculine energy towards the lower, and they're balanced through the heart. And yeah, so for this, there are 7 main chakras. There's a lot of different beliefs about chakras. There's some that think we have like 144. There's some that have like a 70 something system of chakras. But one thing that I believe is that we also have our soul star chakra, which is above our crown chakra, anchoring us into the center of the universe. And we also have our earth star chakra, which is below our feet and connects us and grounds us into the center of the earth, right? So there's that as well. But that isn't here. And then there's also some systems that think there's more chakras going up and all that stuff. I kind of fit with the 9. All right. So the right side is the masculine side, and a person's left side is the more feminine, receptive side. So the masculine side is the more doing, action-oriented side of our body, and the feminine is more receptive and allowing, and is more the flow. So here, the energy travels up and down the central column that connects all the chakras. It flows from the root up through the crown. So this is how the energetic system. So like the earth's energy comes up through our feet, through our root chakra, and up through our crown, and the divine energy comes down through our crown. And yeah. So it's a whole balancing act, right? So the crown chakra pulls down energy and then sends it back up. It's kind of it creates a torus energy field. So it's kind of a constant cycling energy. Energy travels up and down, and yeah, basically it's kind of cyclical. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, and sacral chakras travel from the front to the back of the body. So the root chakra is kind of like a downward funnel, as you see. The crown chakra is kind of like an upward funnel. And then the rest of the chakras actually go through our body this way. That's the way energy is traveling, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. This is why I made a diagram. All right. All right. Any questions, just ask me. Okay. So the root chakra. Themes of this chakra relate to the human being. Security, feeling grounded and stable, safety, a sense of belonging and acceptance in the universe, trust, independence. The parts of the body this chakra rules over are the spine, bladder, blood, kidneys, male productive organs, and the feet. So what does it look like when it's overactive? You could be bossy, domineering, egoic, greedy, sometimes even violent. When underactive, you might feel unloved or sexually inadequate, frustrated with little things that don't go according to plan, or even fearful in everyday situations. And when it's balanced, then that is when it's at its highest potential, which is you'll feel grounded, secure, and have a sense of belonging, and you'll be independent and lead with integrity and self-trust, right? Moving up, we have the sacral chakra. So the themes of this chakra are sexual fulfillment, passion, creativity, and empowered expression. The parts of the body it rules over are below the navel, the lymphatic system, the circulatory system, kidneys, adrenals, skin, and female reproductive organs, like the womb space. All right. So when it's overactive, it could become manipulative or crave power because nothing's fulfilling you. There's a hunger for more that can actually come at the cost of other people's safety or other people's feelings or just other people in general. When it's underactive, you could be a people pleaser or struggle with guilt or feeling shy, lack of confidence in a way. You might feel a lack of passion for life, or doing everything for other people and not taking any time for yourself. When it's balanced, when it's at its highest, you'll be friendly, passionate, playful. You'll be satisfied with life. You'll have a zest and a passion, and you'll be excited. You'll have that ability to be excited and follow your passion. The solar plexus chakra, as a Leo, this is one of my favorites. So it relates to confidence, self-respect, self-expression, integrity, and inner strength. So these are your reserves of inner strength. The parts of the body it rolls over is under your sternum, the nervous system, stomach, gallbladder, large intestine, liver, and pancreas. All right. So when it's overactive, you could be judgmental, stubborn, too critical of others, and any outside influences. When it's underactive, you might struggle with low self-esteem, procrastinate, feel taken advantage of, or maybe even apathetic. And when it's balanced, when it's the best, most beautiful inner sun, you have respect for yourself and other people. You're confident and you can move with integrity. Instead of being a victim, you become a problem solver. You are so capable when you stand in your power. All right. Next is the heart chakra. So the themes of this chakra are compassion, empathy, and strength in vulnerability or in connection. The parts of the body it rules over is the center of chest, obviously the heart, the circulatory system, the respiratory system, arms, hands, shoulders, ribs, breast, diaphragm, and thymus. All that stuff. So when it is overactive, you might feel entitled to things that you have no reason to be entitled to. You might become jealous, blame others for your issues, or give even too much to try to fill a hole, right? Or when it's underactive, you might have a fear of rejection or feel unloved. You might also struggle with self-pity or codependency in your connections. When it's balanced and a beautiful little heart chakra, you'll feel loved and loving, receptive and also giving of this love, empathetic, non-judgmental, and you can actually bring the qualities out in other people by genuine, authentic connection, heart-centered consciousness. We love it here, right? So next we have the throat chakra. So this is about communication or expression through the voice. The parts of the body it rules over is the thyroid, the larynx, the trachea, ears, nose, teeth, mouth, throat, obviously. All right, so when it is overactive, you might speak too much without thinking, be critical of others and share that, openly, be a critic, or be extremely stubborn, especially with your opinions or your expression. When it's underactive, you might have difficulty expressing your personal truth or be afraid to speak in public or be very timid to actually express your own opinions. But when it's balanced, you express yourself honestly and authentically in every moment, and it is beautiful. And this is when I consider us becoming a mouthpiece of God. When our throat chakra is balanced, everything that comes out of it will be aligned and authentic and honest and open. And I think that is divine. That is us expressing our highest capital T truth, which is super huge fan of that. So the third eye chakra, this baby right here, the themes of this chakra are intuition, vision, premonition, and claircognizance. So the parts of the body this chakra rules over, the middle of the forehead, of course, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, eyes, nose, ears, skeletal system. All right. So when it is overactive, you might appear spaced out, mentally lost, worried, or seem as if you're living in a fantasy world. You might also have a lot of delusional beliefs because you're having a hard time kind of deciphering what is of different dimensional planes and what is actually happening in this dimension that we're in right now, that we're embodied in, right? We are kind of out of the body, a little dissociated. When it's underactive, you might be narrow-minded or easily influenced or pushed around by, your environment. It might also be confused about your purpose or doubt yourselves, because this is where clarity comes. Clarity is a huge part of what comes with your third eye being balanced. So you might struggle with that clarity if it's underactive. So when it is balanced, you're highly intuitive, charismatic, wise, and you have an understanding of your purpose. You move with clarity when your third eye chakra is balanced, all right? Then the crown chakra. There it is. So the themes of this chakra are awareness, connection to the infinite, source connection, yes, grace, awakening, spiritual downloads. The parts of the body this chakra rules over are the top of the head, the brain, the nervous system, and the pineal gland. All right, so when it's overactive, you might be addicted to spirituality, crave attention for it, or need to be popular or well known. These are the gurus that kind of go off the rails, if you will. Right. And so a lot of them also might have delusional beliefs because when your crown chakra is imbalanced, there's a good chance your third eye chakra is also imbalanced. All right. So when it's underactive, you might feel misunderstood, lonely, unable to have fun, and may also be unaware of or completely deny a spiritual connection because you're not feeling it. You're not feeling that guidance or connection into source, which we are all connected. We are all connected into it. I promise you, it's just an illusion. So when it's balanced, when the crown chakra is balanced, you feel connected to source. You're wise, and you're able to be playful and joyful because you understand the cosmic joke. All right. So, a little bit about spirit guides. Now, this is not something that everyone that does Reiki talks about, but I just felt like I wanted to share it in my little guide here. So, every person has a team of spirit guides that come with them to Earth when they're born. When you begin your healing journey and start using Reiki, often new spirit guides come into your life to help you who are more kind of aware of Reiki, of these symbols of this energy. So these spirit guides come into your life to support you as you learn and integrate new information. They're also there to send you messages when you need them. So it's important to learn to go inward through meditation and get into alignment, which will allow these messages to come to you more easily. The universe and guides work with the energy of ease. So if it doesn't flow, your mind, body, and soul are not acting in harmony with each other. Let me say that again. The universe and guides work through the energy of ease. So if it doesn't flow, your mind, body, and soul are not acting in harmony with each other. And this is very specific, like when it comes to information coming in, right? Sometimes we are in a period of non-moving, to also learn lessons and go inward further. But this is specifically the messages. Like, this is implying don't go down rabbit holes of synchronicities if all your spirit guide was wanting you to do is feel a little supported. So they give you someone says something nice to you. Don't go down the rabbit hole trying to find their name, where they live, blah, blah, blah. You understand. If it doesn't flow and it takes all that work, it's not in harmony. That's not what your guides meant. All right. Your team of guides will show you the path. You just have to surrender to that divine guidance, all right? So, becoming a clear channel. When working as a channel for life force energy, as I already mentioned, we must first heal and clear our own blockages and internal wounding to be a clear conduit for the energy to flow. So, we do this through balancing our chakras and the body. Some other things that are important to note when it comes to being an efficient vessel are the clarity of your mind and the clarity of your energy field. So clarity of mind is referring to be sober, fully awake, fully present. When your mind is clear and focused, it's easier to hold your intention for directing energy, and it's easier to listen to intuitive messages that come up during a session. So the day of an attunement or a Reiki session, and maybe even a few days before, if you know you're going to be doing this, it could be good to refrain from alcohol, psychedelics, hallucinogens, or any type of intoxicant. For very sensitive channels, it could even be foregoing caffeine the day of if that affects your energy, right? And this is one of the things where this is not necessarily going to be the case for every type of healer or every type of channel, because we're working with different energies. But when it comes to Reiki and life force energy and being a clear channel in general, especially for like spiritual guidance, even not just for life force energy, but for actual guidance, it's all the same thing. Trust your intuition. That's what I'm saying. You need to trust your intuition with this stuff. Like having a coffee is not just going to ruin the day for you, right? All right. So, the importance of setting an intention. With any form of energy work, it's important to have a focus of this energy, right? You need to know where to aim your focus to create a more powerful and direct force. Doing practices that are in alignment with your intention catalyzes and intensifies. Listen, I'm talking real fast. Catalyzes and intensifies all energies involved, more effectively allowing the intention to manifest. So, balancing the energy of your space. The ability to channel and direct life force energy opens a lot of doors of opportunity by upgrading and balancing the energies around you. Yes, it does. You can direct intentions into any item, as well as cleanse your space by focusing life force energy into the item or the area that you need to cleanse or empower. You can meditate and envision this energy flowing, or you can place your hands on the item and intend for the energy to flow into it a little bit more traditionally, like in a hands-on kind of way, directing this energy, right? Usually, this is when you would have your first attunement to Reiki energy, but for this, I am going to actually share you how to attune yourself, because at the end of the day, it is this pact or this contract you're making with Reiki energy and with these symbols yourself, that makes it have an impact at all. So, self-attunement. Super love this. So it's similar to how, the original Reiki guy received Reiki. It's your own journey, your own quest, your own moment to connect to the divine, right? It's just as effective, if not more so, than receiving attunements from a Reiki master, because it's personal, right? It's for you. It can be beneficial for many reasons. There's a personal. I don't know why my throat chakra is so mad at me, but we're going to deal with that. Personal connection with Reiki energies. Self-attunement allows you to establish a deeply personal and intimate connection with the Reiki energies. You become the direct conduit through which the universal life force energy flows, fostering a unique and profound relationship with it. Yes, absolutely. And empowerment and self-responsibility. Self-attunement empowers you to take control of your own spiritual journey, which I love. It emphasizes the idea that you have the innate ability to connect with and harness Reiki energy or any energy for your well-being and the well-being of others without needing an intermediary. Right. Exactly. Self-exploration and intuition. Self-attunement encourages you to explore your own inner wisdom and intuition. You learn to trust your own inner compass and guidance, which can lead to a more intuitive and personalized approach to Reiki healing. Flexibility and timing. Self-attunement allows you to choose when and how you want to initiate your connection to Reiki. You can align with your own spiritual journey and readiness rather than relying on the availability of a Reiki master, especially one actually in person in your area. It could be hard to find, dependent. Deep understanding. Through the process of self-attunement, you may gain a deeper understanding of the Reiki symbols, principles, and underlying philosophy for yourself. You might receive it a bit differently than most people are teaching. And this knowledge can definitely enhance your practice and your ability, your personal ability to work with Reiki the way you need to, right? Personal growth and transformation. Self-attunement can be a profound spiritual and personal growth experience. It challenges you to delve deep into your own consciousness, facilitating Some of these words aren't even real that I'm saying. I don't know what this is. Facilitating self-discovery and transformation. Yes, it's all a personal journey, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Oh my goodness. So, respect for Reiki's essence. Self attunement is seen by some as a way of honoring the essence of Reiki, the idea that the energy is universal and accessible to all. It aligns with the belief that every individual has the potential to connect with and utilize Reiki's healing energy. Yes, as I've said before, it is abundant in the universe. Self-healing and self-care. Self-attunement emphasizes the importance of self-healing and self-care. By attuning yourself, you acknowledge that your own well-being is paramount, and you become a stronger and more balanced healer for others. And then reducing dependence. Self-attunement can reduce dependency on external sources for Reiki attunements, making the practice more accessible and self-sustaining. Absolutely. I'm not sure what this last one is. Okay. I was working on my Reiki 2 and Reiki 3 courses. I'm not done with those yet. This is true. Let me see. It's important to note that while self-attunement can be a profound and effective approach, it can be beneficial to also research to create a deep understanding of Reiki and its principles. Many Reiki practitioners choose to initially receive attunements after they've already established a strong foundation of knowledge and experience. I also recommend that. I recommend going through the whole course once before attunement and going through it again after attunement. You may do any of the practices included as many times as you feel necessary and even create your own. So here I'm talking about some of the meditations and stuff. I did create some meditations that you can actually find for all the Reiki precepts. And I believe I have a Reiki self-attunement also on my channel. I at least used to. So I'll check that out. I'll see if that's there. So either going through another practice, paying to train under a Reiki master and get certified in that way, that is awesome. Get attunements from a Reiki master in person. That'd be so cool. Or self-attunement. It really depends on you as a person, of course, which I think that's step one. Honor yourself in your own spiritual journey. So, I hope that you enjoyed this. Yeah. I mean, tell me if you learned anything from this. Again, it's just wisdom and knowledge that I want to share. Just the information itself is just important to get out there. I do have Reiki too, if you're interested in the basics about the basic Reiki symbols. Like, I can definitely share that too, because I don't think I'm going to be selling it anywhere. So let me know if you care about this, if this is important for you, if this helped you in any way. And you are so loved, you are so blessed, you are so worthy, and you are in control of your reality, okay? It should not be behind a paywall. You are in control of your reality. You are loved. Mwah. Thank you.